So you're the source of evil. The source
the beast, yeah, the beast.
is the Father, yeah? But we're saying the essence is
I still about the beast.
You've seen how we look at the wording.
This guy loves the beast.
I said to him, if he says Jesus is God, why is he killing himself to prove himself?
Yeah, that makes any sense. Yeah.
Losing oath.
Well, I don't know, man. You're like a smart guy.
I worked at one now.
I think Jesus is different from the other prophets.
In what way?
Jesus, he was.
But when you say it's nice,
You can't decide because there's a lot of people shouting. What's your name, sir?
Heston.
Hassan, my name's Shamsi. Where are you from, Hassan?
Pimlico.
Pimlico.
Yeah.
So you're Christian, yeah?
Do you know what? Yeah, but I didn't even know, innit? I didn't even know. It's a bit of a mad story with me still.
Yeah.
But yeah. So.
But you believe in God?
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
So, but you have no religion?
Let me just put it this way. About a month ago, I didn't.
But now, alhamdulillah, you believe?
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Praise be to God. So you're talking about Jesus is different in meaning?
Because Jesus was put inside of Mary. Yeah, it was a miracle from God.
That's correct.
Put inside of Mary, and he was born with powers. You know what I mean? He was born with them. He was speaking from an early age.
Look, what do you mean he was born with power?
He was born with.
He had miracles.
Yeah, he was born with them. See how all of the other prophets, they was given powers.
No, it was given to him. Jesus, according to the Quran, according to the Bible, was given to him. Because he cannot be...
When was they given to him? After he was born?
After he was born. Right. For example of that, that we can see Jesus never had the power to begin with when he was a baby. Because he had to rely on his mother to take care of him, to breastfeed him. You know what I'm saying? So Allah mentioned that in the Quran, that the similitude of Jesus with Allah is like Adam. Because Adam, to be honest, if you say in that, or the people say Jesus is more powerful or something than other prophets and messengers because he never had a mother. What about Adam? He had no father, no mother.
No.
What about Eve? She came from a man, not a woman.
Was Adam not born in heaven?
He was created, not born. Created. But I'm saying that is more miracle. That man, because what we know, that man has to come from a mother and a father, correct? Yeah. But Allah wants to show the people. So what Allah did here, Hassan, what Allah did, Allah wants to show the people His power. Allah created a man without a father and a mother. Then Allah created a woman from a man, not a woman. Then Allah created a man from a woman, not a man. Why? Allah to show you that it's powerful to do all things. Okay, Hassan? But what I would say to you, that you, because you believe in as a creator, and what I always ask this question, Hassan, to the people, that we know naturally that we should be grateful to our creator. Okay? But a person might say, how should I be grateful to my creator? And I always give this example, Hassan, that if I give you £2 million, what would you say to me at least?
Yeah, I've heard this before.
It would be very good to me.
Yeah.
You remind me all the time.
Forget you.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if I give you £2 million to give me your eyes, what would you do? You will not give me your eyes. No go. Okay, what about your heart? No go. So you should be more grateful.
And 5 years of worship doesn't.
That's why in Islam there's something called forgiveness. Where is forgiveness? Whatever, how much. Sorry to cut you. Regardless how much you worship Allah, you will never be able to repay back Allah what has given you. That's why there's an act of worship in Islam called seeking forgiveness. You walk in the street, say, forgive me God. Not because you're a sinner or because you are committing sin. No, because you know that you should humble yourself when you should know that God's blessings and His favor upon you is countless.
I just want to put it out there as well. I don't have any obligations against Islam. If anything,
of course.
If anything, I'm on my way to Islam.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm speaking to you, Hassan. You see what I'm saying?
As I say, 1 month ago, I was screaming in the block like fuck God.
I would be loud.
I don't want to be disrespectful. Do you know what I mean?
Of course.
Because life was going bad.
Of course. But look, sorry, go on.
I've asked these questions to my Muslim friends. I've asked them, and they've asked me like, what's your purpose in life? And it's got me thinking, and do you know what I mean? Like, ever since then, I can say it's just completely changed.
See, so you are, that's why, you know, those, look, what is Islam, you know? People, Islam doesn't tell you, Islam goes in line with you. What is Islam? Shahadatan. When someone becomes Muslim, what does he say? Shahadatan. What is Shahadatan? I'm going to explain the Shahadatan in a simple way. The first part, when you say Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, what does it mean? I bear witness, and I confess, and I believe with my heart, and I establish it with my limbs that I should be grateful to my Creator. That's the first part. which you know and I know. As the example I gave you about £2 million. Another example, imagine you and I, or me, I have a disease, it's evil disease, I'm about to die. Someone comes and help me to save him from death, I'll be very grateful to him. I will remember him, thank him. What about the one who gave me the life to begin with? I should be more grateful to him, you know? So that's the first part. The second part, now, in order for you to worship the Creator, let me make this example, because examples is the way of the Quran and the Sunnah. Why examples is good? To make the picture clearer, okay? Now, if you want to learn about an iPhone, how the iPhone to be used in details, who you go back to? To the one who made the iPhone, correct? Yeah, because he knows about it in details. Therefore, if you want to know how you should worship your Creator, you should ask the Creator. That's why the Creator sent the prophets and messengers. Jesus, Abraham, Moses, Jacob, Noah, Ishmael, Isaac, all of them came telling you worship one God. As a Muslim, I believe if I was alive at the time of Jesus, the only way to get to God by following Jesus. Before Jesus, Moses and Abraham. Now the last prophet is Muhammad. A person might say, give me a logical proof why Prophet Muhammad is a true prophet. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you, who knows the future in details? God. Okay, so now if we have a man that lived 1400 years ago in the middle of the desert and he's prophesying about the future, because let me make something clear, let me go back, step back.
You're speaking about Muhammad here.
Yes, but let me make a step, let me take step back to make it clearer. Remember when the prophets and messengers came from God, Heston, yeah? He did not just come say, you know what, I'm a prophet of God, believe me. Just believe, just have faith. This God, this ring is God? No, it's not God, just have faith. No. They have to come with a powerful proofs and evidences for you and I.
What did Muhammad do?
I'm coming to it. Is that clear so far? Okay. Prophet Muhammad prophesied about the future in many of them. One of them, he said there will come a time when you see the barefoot Arab man competing in building tall buildings. Hassan, what you have to understand, when the Prophet Muhammad mentioned that 1400 years ago, the Arabs were not known to build tall buildings. Those who were known, the Persians, the Romans, the Egyptians, the Greeks. So there was no any indication to indicate the Arab would do it. Let me ask you, where is the tallest building in the world?
Tallest building, Dubai, isn't it?
Dubai, bro, 50 years ago was a pure desert, let alone 1400 years ago. Do you know who's competing with them? Saudi, Emirates. How Prophet Muhammad knew that? Not randomly, specifically, precisely, in details. Another one, Prophet Muhammad said there come a time when you see women, listen to this, when you see women dressed but naked at the same time. Person might say, hold a minute, if she's dressed, she cannot be naked. But what's happening now? The way women dress, they're just changing skin color. You see what I'm saying? The reason Prophet Muhammad mentioned that, for you and I, when we read this, to say, you know what, this man must be prophet of the Creator. Another thing I'll mention, the Quran. The Quran has a prophecies, guidance. One of the prophecies in the Quran, which is a powerful prophecy, Allah mentioned in the Quran to Prophet Muhammad when he was him and maybe 70 followers. He said Islam will overpower the other religions. Okay. Now, even though the people would dislike it, they try to stop it. Even though now there is a huge war against Islam, Islamophobe, media lying against Islam, many things, people here lying against Islam. The fastest growing religion on the earth is what? It's Islam. It's too fast. Do you know who's doing the job? Is the Creator. Because if the Creator wants to establish something in His dominion, no one can stop it. And so it's happening now. Does it make sense to you? Is it clear to you? I'll give you another one to make you know that when you become a Muslim, it's not you're going to become Muslim because just that, no, with the solid proofs. The Quran mentioned, let me ask you this question, maybe you answer it. This question, Hassan, I asked many people, do you know any book? The size of the Quran? It has been memorized, listen carefully. Do you know any book? The size of the Quran, it has been memorized by 100 million of people who does not speak the language of the book. It's like you and I memorizing Chinese book but we don't speak Chinese. Does it happen? It doesn't happen. Okay. The only book that is happening with is the Quran. Africa, Europe, Asia, Caribbean, Muslim children. They don't speak Arabic language and they memorize the Quran letter by letter, word by word. Do you know what is that called? A miracle. Allah mentioned that in the Quran 1400 years ago. وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. Oh Muhammad, we have made Quran easy to be memorized. Is there any reminder for people to take a hit? Quran, you know Quran? Children, 5 years old. So what I'm saying to you, if you know deeply in your heart, you should be grateful to your Creator.
Yeah.
What is stopping you to be grateful to Him the way He wants you?
Wow. To be honest, I don't know if Islam is right for me. I don't know why is Islam right for me? Do you know?
I'll tell you why. Because it goes in line with your natural inclination.
Yeah.
It goes in line with the sound intellect.
Yeah, I went to a Christian school.
Yeah.
And it came out, I don't know anything. Do you know what I mean? And like I say, like I've asked these questions to my boys like 1 month ago, and it makes sense. Like the whole thing makes sense.
Which one?
Just like everything, innit? Just everything. Just
about Islam?
Creation,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So Islam,
Christianity doesn't.
No, of course. Let me give you an example. Imagine you believe God is the most high, the all-powerful. But guess what? The same God that you believe is the all-powerful, the most high, it was inside the woman's vagina. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
God, he has to kill himself, commit suicide to forgive you, but he can forgive you without killing himself. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. What Islam has to do for you, Allah mentioned in the Quran. Allah mentioned those who believe in Allah and follow His Prophet Muhammad. So those who believe in Allah and Prophet, their life will change. How will you change your life? Islam teaches you, first one, worship your Creator. Be grateful to your Creator. Likewise, be respectful to your parents. Likewise, know the purpose of life. Look after your family. Look after your environment. Likewise, there is something to live for. This life is a test. You know, a bridge, the reason we make bridges to cross from one side to the other side, correct? We don't build a house on the bridges, correct? This life is a bridge. You have to cross from one side to the other side. And Allah already told us in the Quran. Allah mentioned in the Quran clearly that whosoever follow away other than Islam will never be accepted from Him, and the hereafter will be from the losers. Jesus, was he Christian? He was not Christian. Christianity came after. What would Jesus believe? Someone say he was Israelite.
What was Jesus? He was a Jew.
He was a Muslim. That's not. He was an Israelite.
What's that?
Israelite. It goes back to Israel. Israelite is a tribe. Okay. But what was his system belief? He believed in one God. What was Moses? What was Abraham? God told us to follow Abraham. Even in the Bible, God said God will bless those who bless Abraham. Do you know what we say in our prayer? Oh Allah, bless Abraham just as you bless. Oh Allah, bless Prophet Muhammad and bless Abraham. You see what I'm saying? Abraham was not a Jew. Judaism came after. So always believe Muslim, because a Muslim mean to worship your Creator according to His Prophet Muhammad according to His Prophet. So the time of Jesus, in order for me to become a Muslim, I have to say there is no one worthy of worship except Allah, and Jesus is the messenger of Allah. The time of Moses, there is no one worthy of worship except Allah, and Moses the messenger of Allah. Now the only way, and there is no salvation other than it, except to testify there is no one worthy of worship except Allah and Muhammad the messenger of Allah. And you see your life changes. Many people become Muslim, alhamdulillah. My family, my wife, she became Muslim when she was 14. Before I met her years after. She said to me she was a Christian. She said it didn't even make any sense to me. God prayed to another God. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. So that's what Islam has for you. You have excuse.
And then people cannot be judged.
No, you'll be tested on the day of resurrection. God will still test him. Okay, there's a test.
How?
I don't know how exactly, but Prophet Muhammad mentioned God will test him, but God will not punish him without establishing the proof and guess, because Allah mentioned is a just. For example, imagine even as a Muslim, if fornication is forbidden in Islam, yeah? Imagine if I fornicate and I don't know fornication is haram, forbidden. Allah will not punish me for it. Because I never knew, I never heard about it. You understand? That shows you what Allah is just. You understand? So that's why, look, Islam makes clear sense. Islam doesn't tell you reject Jesus or insult Jesus. Rather, anyone who rejects Jesus or Abraham or Moses is not true follower of Islam. You understand? And what is Islam? First shahadatan, second one to pray. If I tell you, always I give example with the money because we like money in a way. We have to be real, is it? If I tell you, come to me 5 times a day and I'll give you £200, you will come. What about praying 5 times a day to your Creator? Why has given you? Likewise, you give charity. Many people complain and said, if there is God, why there's a poverty? There is a solution, Islam. Give charity. Right. There's 2 types of charity. There's one after Ramadan, when you fast, and there's one when you call it yearly charity, 2.5 from your wealth to the poor people. And there's one which is what? Donation. You give donation. Okay? Likewise, this is like a charity, donation sadaqah. So the other one, Hajj, if you're able to do so. If that is clear to you, I'm inviting you to Islam. What I will tell you, Hassan, you're not guaranteed to live forever.
That's right.
How many people want to sleep, they never wake up. You see what I'm saying? And when you become Muslim, doesn't mean you're gonna change your nationality, or you have to have you're gonna get a passport, which shahadatan to go to paradise. There's English Muslims, there's black Muslims, there's every type of Muslims who accept Islam. Is that clear to you?
Yeah,
makes sense to you?
It's true.
What is stopping you?
What's stopping me?
Bring his friend. That's your friend?
Yeah.
Bring him. What's stopping him?
Tell me, bro.
No, Hassan. I'll tell you a secret.
You can't. Do you know what's stopping me? Yesterday, last night, I went to my nan to my granddad's, and my mum, my nan and my granddad was there, and I said to them that I'm thinking about converting.
Yeah.
My granddad, he said that if you convert, you're not coming up here no more. You're coming up here to my house. My nan was agreeing with him, and my mum, she was just staying silent. And bro, I went down the stairs, I dropped a tear.
Okay, Hassan, listen carefully.
But
sorry, go on. Sorry,
I didn't come here with the intention to convert, because I'm telling you, bro, I would have done that right now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? When I do, I'm probably not going to tell them.
Yeah.
But do you know what I mean?
Yeah. What would tell you, Hassan?
That's what stops
these two.
Yeah. Well, give him just this one. Give him this one is a gift for you. You can take it. You are welcome. What I would say to you, look, I understand that very well. But what I would tell you, in the Quran mention that love your parents, take care of them, be good to them. But there's one thing that is called priority. For example of that, imagine my father and my mother took care of me all their life. When I grew up, I abandoned them and I started taking care of my neighbor. What I'm doing is good, taking care of my neighbor, but I'm missing priority. I should look after my parents first. We love our parents, but we don't love no one more. When he became Muslim, his mother told him, if you become a Muslim, I will not eat, I will not drink, and I will not take shower. He said, my mother, I love you very much. However, he became a Muslim. Then Allah sent down a verse because of him. If your father and your mother tell you to disbelieve in Allah, you do not listen to them, but be kindful to them, be respectful to them, and be good to them. Okay? But there's the point. What I'm saying to you, if it's clear to you, that excuse or the rejection will not be valid before God. Of course, be good to them. I'll tell you a story that personally. Yeah, I'll tell you a story. My family, when became Muslim, I had parents that were going, they kicked out, basically. It's before I met her, of course, yeah. They kicked out everything. What happened? She was patient, alhamdulillah, making dua. She was still having contact with her family. Now, her mother, she hasn't stopped calling her. How are you? Speaking to her. Even she said, she likes me. She said, you're my son. Why? Because they will say that to you. I know a Polish brother came to me a few days back. He said, Shamsi, I have nowhere to go. I became a Muslim, my family kicked me out. Where can I go? You know what I said to him? They're not going nowhere. You're going back to them. Why? Because your parents, if they see you going, not coming back, say, you see, Islam, what he teaches him, to run away from his parents. Even though they kicked you out. You see what I'm saying? But when you go back, says, no, I'm not going. I want to stay with you. If they literally they don't want you, then you go, alhamdulillah, there's help, but don't cut off your contact with them. Be good to them, say that. And when they, because what you have to understand, make your actions louder than your speech. Yeah. You look after them, buying a gift for your mother, for your parents. You need anything. Like, when they say for you, hold a minute, he became Muslim, there's no Islam of ISIS.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Islam of ISIS is a satanic Islam. Not even Islam, astaghfirullah, is a satanic way. So when they see that, they will change. Understand, brother? Wallahi, if you wanna, I'll tell you because there's many cameras, but I'll tell you something. If the truth is so clear, accept it, because if you die, there's no excuse for you. And it's clear to you. Wallah, it's clear to you. And it's clear to you. And understand, you said you never came here to become a Muslim, but God decreed for you something you don't expect.
I'll give you an example, yeah? My auntie, she was Christian, and my dad, Moroccan, Muslim, and 25 years, he was trying to give her like, make her take her shahada, inshallah, and then she took her shahada, alhamdulillah, the next day she died. The next day she passed away, same thing with my nan. Same thing.
I'm saying, you know what, death, you know, many of us hesitant, we don't think about death. Brothers, listen to this. Imagine we go sleep tonight, yeah? You go to your room. Someone, while you're sleeping, picks you up and they take you to the cave in the middle of nowhere, in a mountain. And they put you inside the cave. And you wake up in the middle of the night. How are you going to be? Be crazy. You think the last thing I remember, I was in my bedroom. Now I'm in the middle of nowhere. Maybe you lose your mind. The Messenger of Allah has warned us. And guess the hereafter. He said when a person dies, when they put him in the grave, it's a different life, the life of the unseen. Two angels will come to him and they will ask him question, who is your Lord? If all your life worshipping money, worshipping your anything, then you say money. You say I don't know. Likewise, what is your religion? Likewise, what do you think about the men that come to you? But if you ask the question correctly, when you accept Islam, then you'll be saved. Imagine, you know, many people say I don't care about death because there's no death now. It's like a person going to the empty neighborhood. He says, who's going to fight me? There's no one there. That's why you're asking who's going to fight me. But when the death comes to one of us, and you see soul leaving you, and you see people that you know, and they cannot help you. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned, إِذَا بَلَغَتِ الْحُلْقُومِ when the soul reaches the throats, and you see them, your friends and your family, and they cannot help you. And you think, yeah, laytani. As Allah mentioned in the Quran, woe to me. Oh God, just return me back to this life and I will believe in you. Allah will mention, it's too late for you. We give you a time. He said the time is like the sword. If you don't cut, it will cut you off.
You go back and do it again.
Huh?
You go back and do it.
Yeah, you know, mashallah. Yeah, there's one, you go back and do it again. You disbelieve. Mashallah. Wallah, and you become Muslim, that's it. Ashadu. Say shahadatan, man. You should become a Muslim.
Who should become Muslim?
This brother here.
What's your faith?
Don't worry about him.
Faith.
We have to worry about him. If he's a brother, if you're trying to save him, what's your faith?
My faith.
Huh?
My
What do you
faith.
believe?
What do I believe?
Yeah, what do you believe in? What do you
Do you believe in God?
Yeah, I'd say Islam.
You stick to Islam?
Yeah, take care of you.
Yeah, so we're not stealing him, he's already one of us.
Go on.
Yeah.
He believes in Islam,
brother.
Take care.
Well, go on.
Go on.
Why are you speaking to him like that? It's like a little boy you're saying.
No. I want
Why are you speaking to him like that?
Why?
No, continue.
Just speak to him as a child.
Continue.
Yeah, this is
Don't worry, he's like speaking to like a child or something.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, that's what I told you, enemies.
Yeah, no, trust me, man. I know, man.
Subhanallah.
best now.
That's it, yeah.
He's
gonna try his best.
I will tell you a story. I'll tell you a story. Yeah. Someone, I remember I was speaking to one girl here, she became Muslim. I don't know if it's this guy or another guy. They were following her. Literally following her. Like thinking, why she become Muslim? Why? I want to go to hellfire with me. I'm going hellfire, everyone's going to hellfire. You know what I'm saying? No, I speak to you.
No, don't have assumption.
That's what I'm saying.
You have a preconditioned assumption.
That's what I'm saying.
It's good to become Muslim.
Go on, look after yourself, take care.
Don't let that fool you.
brother.
Don't let that
Take
fool you.
care.
Continue with your works.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Continue with your works.
Thank you very much.
So,
Shahada will test you again.
yeah, Allah mentioned in the Quran. Allah mentioned that it will test you with your family, with your wealth, everything. So I'm saying, that's what I'm doing, Aysan. Yusuf, you studied, alhamdulillah. And Yusuf, even you ask them that if I assume my belief is Islam. Why? Because as I've mentioned, no one, Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism, they will never establish their religion with the tangible proofs that we can establish it. Wallahi, no one. There is a huge war against Islam. And the Muslim countries, we are weak. But the fastest growing religion is Islam, is Islam. Who is enjoying the job is God. Wallah, even me myself as a Muslim, I was thinking, how come these people, like, you know, there's a study, most of people that accept Islam in Britain are women. And one of the biggest doubts against Islam, will Islam oppress women? So they're going crazy. Brothers, what is operation?
One, Habibi. We're trying to get your brain.
So,
energy.
you know what is it? Imagine that they say Islam oppress women, and they see majority of women, people becoming Muslim in Britain are women. And guess what? They study 5 years before accept Islam. 5 years, some of them. Some 1 year, some of them it depends. Why? Because why? Allah mentioned the Quran. Even if disbelievers dislike it, people still accept Islam. You see what I'm saying, brother? So, you just told me accept Islam, so you Muslim then?
Well, I mean, like...
Camera, your parents gonna see it. We can go.
One day we'll see. You know what it is, yeah? This thing only happened like last night.
Alhamdulillah.
So
Be patient.
Be patient.
You have a brother here, alhamdulillah. He's a Muslim brother. You can speak to him. You can read the book. You're from Pamlico, yeah? Do you know a brother called Fuad?
That's my uncle.
Fuad Moroccan is your uncle? Subhanallah. Are you famous well, yeah?
Yeah, he's my uncle.
MashaAllah. I know Fuad very well. I used to come Brixton back in the days, man, 2005 and 6 and that. Yeah, man, Pamlico, Brixton. No, that's not next to the Stockwell.
Oh,
Kennington, that's it, Kennington. We used to play full back in 06, 07. Yeah, man. How is stuff now? Good? There's no crimes though, there's a lot of stabbing though, man. It's too much, wallahi. This is too much. Wallahi, it's going mad, but you know why? You know, for the only